when I met my ex-husband, I quickly got involved into drugs. I started doing crack cocaine at the age of 18. And from crack cocaine, I went into methamphetamines. And we did that for years. And we would go on and off. Sometimes we weren't on it, sometimes we were. And I ended up losing a child at 5.5 months old. My son died of a rare disease known as tuberous sclerosis, which creates tumors in the major organs of the body, the brain, the heart, the kidneys. And it really set us off the deep end. And from that point, I ended up getting in trouble with the law. I was charged with 5 felonies, and I took a plea bargain for possession of diazepam, which had nothing to do with what I was being charged with. And that really messed my life up because I couldn't rent an apartment. I couldn't get a job because everybody wanted background checks. So I managed to get through with that and ended up being homeless multiple times. I lived in abandoned houses. I lived in hotels. I lived in the front yard of wherever we could live in with sleeping bags. I was also in a homeless program in Salt Lake City, Utah, because we always thought that we could run from the drugs. We would run to a new place to get away, to escape, to think that we could make a better life. We always wanted what was better, but we couldn't find it because we couldn't find ourselves. You have to find yourself first. So with all of that, then I experienced a lot of domestic violence with my ex-husband. It was 26-year marriage, and he abused me mentally, physically. And of course, the drugs had a big, showing in that. I mean, the drugs played a huge part.
Yeah.
I can't blame him for everything because some of it was my fault because I stayed. I made the choice to stay. You can't do that. I would say 12 years ago, I decided that, well, I didn't decide. Let me step back. My son decided. I have a son, Samuel, who is 30 years old. And he looked at me one day at 19 years old and he said, "Mom, let's go. We're leaving. You deserve better." And we got a U-Haul and we loaded up our belongings and we moved away from his father. And that's when my life really started to change.